All right. Hello. Okay, hello everyone. We all had a great lunch.
Sure.
And if you didn't eat, please eat some more because there's so much food back there, a lot of food. So I'm going to hand it over to Anne, who's going to take us through the card game. So we know the card game rules because someone here is going to win a lovely gift basket.
I know.
And then after that, she's going to start off with the speeches. And then we're just going to open up to everybody after Kim, Ann, and Joe and Uncle Danny have a couple words and then open it up to everybody else, okay?
Hi everybody, so you should have been given 2 cards when you were here today. Does anybody not have any cards? Everybody, you need, Gloria, I gave you cards. Okay. Okay, so as we all know, Mom just loved to play cards, she loved to gamble, and she loved to have the occasional drink. So today, occasional, yes, very occasional. So today we're going to have a game of cards with Mom, and what we're looking for is the highest pair. There are no wild cards.
It's starting again.
And so the highest pair in the house will win a beautiful gift basket, which consists of all of Mom's favorite things. So how that's going to work is when you come up, if you come up and you have something to say, then you can take your 2 cards and then you have the choice of exchanging 2 cards. You pick 2 cards, exchange them, but when you go back to your seat, you have the 2 cards. Come up 2, 3 times, whatever it may be, we'd like to hear from all of you. So that's the rules. Should there be a tie of high cards, aces are high, by the way, and should there be a tie, then the ties will come up to the table, then 1 card draw, and the highest card wins. Anybody have any questions about the rules? Excellent. Okay, so here we go. So wow, there's a lot of people here today. Thank you so much all for coming. Mom was an amazing lady. Whatever she was, whether she was a sister to you, a cousin, an aunt, a good friend, or a neighbor, Mom has shared a bit of her with all of us. There's too many stories and adventures for me to write, so I look forward to hearing them from all of you. Lorraine, born and raised in Kapuskasing, Ontario. Right from the get-go, Lorraine was a tomboy. Give her a bat and a glove and she's in the field with the boys, or give her a skate and sticks and she's out playing hockey with the boys, but never ever would you find Mom in the kitchen learning how to cook. Or bake. Bob Fortin introduced Lorraine to Ray when she was 16 years old. They courted for 6 years and then they finally got married. My mare, which was Mom's mom, says to Ray, "Good luck, Ray, because Lorraine, she can burn boiling water." So, that day forward, a new journey began. Ray, Lorraine, a whole big love, life with dogs, working in business, and now having to learn how to cook. Then, Lorraine became Mom. As we moved from town to finally out west, Mom raised 3 beautiful girls. She just loved us terribly. Mom would take us to our sports, whatever it may have been at the time, along with Mom still doing her things, such as... Yes, she did. Let me finish my speech, please. So Mom would do her sports, such as swimming, playing baseball, bowling, even entered a car demolition derby. Mom, I don't know if you're even aware of this, was even the A&W root beer mascot at one of our figure skating carnivals. Mom loved her challenges and was always up to one.
The biggest challenge.
Mom would work all day alongside Dad, then come home and cook us supper. Over the years, Mom's cooking just got better and better. Soon, Sundays became spaghetti night. And to me, it seemed we had a house full every single Sunday as everybody would come over and eat Mom's spaghetti. She'd make a huge pot of sauce, fresh coleslaw, and it would be all gone, like each and every Sunday. It was just so delicious. I'm sure all of you have probably had a pot of Mom's spaghetti. Then, Mom became Grandma.
Does she?
With the growing family came the grandchildren. Derek, Chad, Brittany, Addison, and Caden. Grandma would play cards with her grandkids, have a beer or a shot with the older ones, or play cards and making up the rules as we go with the younger ones.
I lost a lot of money.
There you go, Grandma. Always grabbing the money, man.
Mom lost a lot of money because he stole from her.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Over time, Grandma was playing with all the grandkids for all money. One time, Mom had taken Chad to the Calgary horse races. Chad had asked Grandma to bid on horse number 7. Well, the odds were very low on that race, on that particular race, but Mom did what Chad asked, and she bid on our golden number 7, and lo and behold, that day, that race, it paid big. And Mom was so happy, and so was Chad, that Mom shared her winnings with Chad. And he was only like 8 years old, eh? Grandma, gambling with the little ones. Teach them young, exactly, right? Grandma enjoyed spending time with the grandkids, whether it be playing cards, Yahtzee, fishing, swimming. It was just to be with them. As Mom's journey continues, Mom and Dad were still in business, now with Home Hardware, which brought them to Valley View, Alberta. This would open a whole new chapter for Mom and Dad. They were successful in Valley View and were able to retire, move to Sylvan Lake, and start a happy retirement. For about the next 10 years, they were snowbirds heading to Yuma in the fall and returning in the spring. Best times ever for Mom and Dad, where they made many friends and many memories. Later, Bob Fortin took Mom for one last trip to Yuma, and Mom was just so happy and thankful to have had that last trip. Then, somewhere along the way, the grandkids started having babies. Then, Grandma became the mayor. Mimere. Oh my, Mimere. 7 grandchildren. 7 great-grandchildren. That's right, 7. Jamie, Sophia, Charlie, Heidi, Miko, Millie Ray, and Sebastian. Mimere played dinosaur Monopoly with Jamie and Sophia. Was right on top of her game, making sure the girls paid up on landing on Mimere's property. She'd have tea time with Charlie and little chats and babbles with Miko. Lots of snuggles, hugs, and kisses for all the babies. Mimere loved her grandchildren very, very much. Great-grandchildren very, very much. Dale and I opened our home and welcomed Mom to come and live with us. She was just so happy. She loved her new place. Dale cooked for Mom a lot of awesome meals. Yes. Steak and shrimp and homemade tacos. Mom just loved it. We would spend our afternoons scooting around parts in Drayton Valley. Mom having to stop and talk to everybody along the way, getting to know all the kids and all the dogs in the neighborhood, just having a blast with her scooter. When Halloween time came, Mom was so excited. We put on our costumes, loaded up the scooter with candy, and out on the streets we went. The grandkids were with Mimere, and we went up and down the neighborhood, going house to house. Mom giving candy. Oh. One moment, please. I lost my
Only 8 more pages to go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go back. Only 8 more to go.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm sorry.
So she actually called me.
Shut.
I said, you know what? It doesn't matter what you say.
Lorraine's laughing right now, believe me.
The truth.
Okay, this is it. In the streets, kids and parents surprised to see Mom out there giving candy to all the kids as they go between the
Sitting there,
houses.
it's going to be hot.
Mom was just having a great time. All the children, all the time, every moment of it. That's my mom, that's my Mary, that's her journey. I love you, Mom, I miss you. Sorry for that speech. Go get it, Sophia.
Thank you, Anne. Mine's on 1 page. Double font, really big. All right, so my mom to me was the kindest, most thoughtful, loving, caring person with the biggest heart, who would do anything for anyone at any time. What I learned from my mom was to treat others the way you want to be treated. I honestly cannot think of one single person who did not like my mom. She lived to love, life, and people. My mom worked hard and played hard. For most of my mom's life, she worked 6 days a week with my loving father. I couldn't even imagine working with my husband. Sorry, Chad. And she raised 3 kids. I don't even know how many cats and dogs. Made homemade meals every night. As Ann said, we all love spaghetti Sundays. Betty Joe. Spaghetti member? Spaghetti Sundays. I know. And still managed to enjoy life. I'll always cherish the time we shared, the life experiences, and what we had, and most importantly, she taught me how to be the best that I can be today. I talked to my mom on the phone every day, most days twice a day. She was my confidant, my mom, and my friend. She always knew how to make me feel better, motivate me when I needed it, and just love me for the way I am. I have so many things I would love to share, but I'm sure you don't want to listen to me for the next couple of hours, so I'll just share a couple of key highlights. We are having my mom's celebration of life here because that's where my mom loved to be. This was in her will. As I said earlier, it was the same place that my dad, we had his. Chad and I have been here for 22 years, and my parents were so involved with us here all the time. When my dad passed away, my mom spent more time here, and we had my mom out almost every weekend. We had so much fun. I'm so lucky to have been so close to my mom and hang out with her like a friend, golfing, winning her money at cards, having cocktails, fires, and being catered to by my amazing husband, who honestly has done so much for us. Chad, I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done the last couple of days and just putting up with my mom. You know what? My mom loved Chad more than me, honestly. Probably all of that.
It's true.
It's so
Yes, she did.
And after a couple of cocktails, you know, French kissing like Bob Fork here. So anyways, that's all. Introductions were earlier. Okay, so just a couple quick stories. When I was doing my MBA part-time, I took a week of summer school just outside of Edmonton. My mom took her fifth wheel and we spent a week together. I went to school every day and camped with my mom for a week where she made dinner every night. We played cards, she watched my dogs. Well, she tried to watch my dogs. Everybody knows how much I love my dogs, and these were my expensive Shar-Pei dogs, and she lost one. So thank God she found him, or else I may have disowned her as a mom. And I just got to take a minute to say, G. LaRock, we golfed with G, and oh my God, she was probably so embarrassed because we suck. And G is a total sports person and was like nailing it on the golf course, and we were really bad. But thanks, G, for a good time. For those of you who know me, you still know I lack those golf skills, but I'm still good at having a good time. So we've been on many trips together: Disneyland, Venezuela, Las Vegas, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Bahamas, Mexico, Yuma. When my dad passed away, my mom just wanted one more thing. She wanted to go on one more trip. So we said, pick wherever it is that you want to go in the world, and Chad and I will take you. So in 2019, she picked Antigua. And she also picked the property we stayed at, which was beachfront property. So what was really great about it is you literally walked out of here and it was onto the white beach and the blue ocean. It was really beautiful. She could barely walk. She was a trooper, but you know what? She could do really good. We played cards, had a lot of pina coladas. We tried to hit on Chad every night, you know, the normal. It was really good. So it was just an incredible trip that I'll never forget. I have such a big hole in my heart. I think of my mom all the time and would do anything to have her back here with us today. As my mom would always say on her nightly text to us, love you, I miss you terribly. Mom, I love you.
Oh God. How much pages this time?
Well, I tried to write it and rewrite it, and I couldn't, and I stopped, and I started, and I couldn't, so I'm a winger, and everyone knows.
Not swinger, winger.
My children are here. So it's not that kind of party, Kim.
Don't worry, Kevin.
That's such a lie. Keith, where are you?
I didn't say anything.
No, it's him this time.
It wasn't Kevin, it was Keith.
Okay, well, I'm just going to start off with something kind of funny. As my mom was leaving us and her beautiful spirit and soul were going to heaven, as she watched us crying over her and for her, she was extremely sad, but that she knew she was going to heaven, going to a beautiful, magical place where she could walk, run, dance, and swim. Then, Raymond Maurice Gauthier, he gets wind from the angels. Holy shit, Lorraine is coming to heaven. Woo! He's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He's so excited he can't even contain himself. So he gets dressed up. Kim probably has him all the time, so it's really, not very nicely dressed, but he had his beer shirt on. He had his cargo pants on. He had his tall white socks and the sandals. Remember that, everybody?
Yeah. What's wrong with sandals
So
and
there he is.
socks?
He's at the gates. He's waiting
Papa,
for Lorraine.
seriously,
He's waiting.
you don't
He's
have to
waiting
ask
there.
that.
He's like,
It's
oh, with
silly
your
looking.
left hand. He's waiting there. He's like going, and then, oh my God. There's Lorraine. And this, oh, she was wearing a bedazzled wine shirt and her pink cargo shorts. Skechers. That's what Lorraine is wearing. So she's flying here and she's flying. And then, oh my God. Lorraine! C'est moi! Lorraine! Lorraine! And the gate's open. And Lorraine walks in. Boom! That's for leaving me too early. And also wondering what you're doing with all your ex-girlfriends up in heaven. If everybody knew Ray and Lorraine, that's how they operated. Oh, and then he asked for spaghetti Sunday. He said, honey, can you make me some spaghetti sauce? Because the food up here is pretty shitty. It took me a long time to write this. Oh no, that was just I would always say, my mom. And then she would say, my baby Joe. She said, you'll always be my baby. My mom was my security blanket. She was someone I could call for advice, tell her something was good news, bad news. She would always answer the phone. Always, no matter what. And if she didn't answer, she would call you back. She was my everything. She was,
My purse is there.
I was her biggest fan, I think. Besides my
Can
husband.
you pass? Can you
My
pass
mom
Dan
loved
my
me
purse?
unconditionally, thank God, because we all know life went through hell.
It's in the
I love my
inside
mom.
back
She's my
zipper
best friend.
pocket.
The card games.
No, inside
River and
back
Addison.
zipper.
Loving my husband. She taught me how to be a great wife, a good housemaker, a hard worker, to never be a quitter, and never give up, and have fun in life. Live,
dig
love, and laugh. That was my mom. That was my mom, and that's us. And you know what? Mary Jo, Bob Fortin, Schland, like you guys were my moms. The Carreras, like the Carreras, you guys were my longest friends. All the Lacey family, everyone here today, thank you so much. My mom is so happy with all of us here today. But there's one thing missing, it's her, but her spirit's here. Anyways, I love her. Mom, I miss you so much, but you're with Dad now. I don't know if she thinks that's a good thing or not. But I love you, Mom. Miss you. I think we're joking. All right, so we're going to ask Uncle Danny to come up first. Or Uncle Dan, if you're good to stay there. The mag can't come there, whatever works for you.
Okay,
Give him like 2 minutes.
give me a second here. I have to.
We can bring it to you. We can bring it.
You want us to come back to
No,
you in a minute?
no, he's got to do his thing.
I'm old and I got to
He's
take a
got to
shot.
do his, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to do it earlier.
Ah, you squirted me.
Not that kind of a shot.
Let's bring Mitch up. This is my mom's best friend, Michelle Leroy. They've known each other for how many years? 50 years. They did lots of good things, bad things, everything. Spaghetti Sundays, and make him drive home from the Larocques with phone books. Yeah, lots of stories. Me and Charlie used to sit in the bathroom into the sink with our parents.
No, it's not your turn yet, Papa. They're taking somebody else.
Make your way
than
up,
yours.
though.
Okay.
You can make your way up.
You can sit beside me.
There's no rush. Lorraine has all the time in the world.
True.
You said so well in all your tributes. That one very before I left. Lorraine was so much fun and so very brave. She lived her life, energy, I admired. So it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. She used to say that. In all we shared 45 years of real friendship, full of fun, tears, and at some point we became family. But it all started thinking Gauthier. You all know what Gauthier is? It was a rich business, the rocks, and Ray and then Bob and invited us to their house for supper. And Lorraine had a house full of company she didn't need anymore. And she was fighting with Fido. And Fido. Oh, Fido. She was making tortilla and she didn't master that. So she didn't have the camper. So I got in there and I said, Lorraine, you need help? And I've been making pies since I'm 14, so it was not a big deal for me. And of course, the rest is history. The next Christmas, I got a call from Kim. Mitch, please come and help my mom. So I did, of course. But I'm not gonna start talking about what we went through together. But recently, I found the last birthday card that Lorraine sent me in May. And my birthday is in May. And I happened to find it. And she must have said, Mitch, you're not going to get one from me this year. You'll have to do with last. And it said, real friends don't count birthdays. Now, Shia and Mitch, they just help you celebrate. Happy birthday to my very real, very loved family. Hope you have a very good day. Love you always. She always say that. So I will miss you forever. And you can rest in peace, Lorraine. And I made 3 big tortillas. With all my love.
You guys, you gotta tell you, Mitch is wearing this scarf,
Yeah,
right? The story is because
yeah.
it's their first Calgary Stampede Rodeo together. And how many years ago was that? Like 40, 30 years
I
ago?
would say 30 years. And I kept that bandana in my camper, my motorhome, since then. Never left. And when I look at it, I always talk about it, think about that. So I thought I'd wear it today for her.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. All right, so we're going to open it up. Dad, you want to get a card? Okay, so Uncle Danny, are you ready? He's over there. Oh, you're right there. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Speaking with Mike.
Well, I didn't write a speech, so I don't have 6 speeches to say. But I will say that Lorraine was part of my life, my whole life. My older brother died when I was only 11, and things were different back then because he laid in, we'll call it state, I don't know what you call it, in our living room for a week. It was pure hell. This is so much better because Lorraine absolutely loved life. She would take a lemon and wouldn't complain. She'd make lemonade. So
She would not make
she had a rough life.
make
She had a good
salad
life.
though.
Moved all over the place. But she never forgot where she was from. And last year, I'm only going to say 1 or 2 things because there's so many things I can say. But 2 years ago, we were in Parksville for a month and she came to visit us. And we picked up at the airport. She was ready to go. We did 2 things. We knew she liked vodka, so I bought her a Texas Speed vodka. Now, she's here for 1 week with us. And every night, 5 o'clock, she'd have her beer, and then she would have a few cocktails afterwards. Well, I found out that she mixed things very strangely. I have to take pills, I'm diabetic, and so I was taking my pills, and I saw she had a glass of milk on the table. I said, oh, okay, not a problem. I'll have, let's see, Goobers from the city family. Take a sip of it. Well, it wasn't just milk. of it to my son's wife. Turns out there's about an ounce left. She was never drunk. She was happy and smiling all the time. She did what we did, and we had a blast. But I will never forget when Lorraine had a glass of water or milk or blueberry tea. It wasn't what it looked like. So I miss her. At the end, we were FaceTiming every 2 or 3 days. I guess one of you girls gave her an iPhone 13, and she would probably learn to use it. She was going on a drive somewhere, and out came the phone, and she was FaceTiming, and we did it all the time, and it was really nice to be so far away but able to talk to her. And on the day she passed, the girls called, and my wife and I were able to speak to her before she passed. Now, all things said, we all have to pass on. I would like to go the way Lorraine went. She chose her time. She said, enough is enough. I want to go see Ray. I want to go see Mom and Dad.
And the dogs.
Well, I'm sure she has a glass up there that is never ending. It never gets empty. And she's happy. So that I want to go the way she did. And she is going to be missed by anybody who ever met her or talked to her or knew her. And it's never going to end. Okay, we will always remember the bright eyes of Lorraine. When I was in college, they were in Alexandria. And
Hey, let him finish.
It's just.
on 2 carts or not, but anyway, she is going to be missed by absolutely everybody. So I never knew anybody who didn't like Lorraine. On that, I'll let it go because I can just keep on going.
Well, after party all night long. All right, take it to the car. Like, let's switch to the other car. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody want to come up? Anybody have anything to say? Come on. Oh, Gloria. Gloria's really good at speaking into the mic. Hey, come on. Come on, Gloria. Come on, G.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi, my name is Gloria, and I'm an alcoholic. I thought I had the wrong group, but I guess I have the right group.
Okay. No.
I've known Lorraine for many, many years.
Come on, 1 second.
And she was like a second mom to me. I miss her so much, I can't even tell you how much I miss her. She was looking so forward to coming out here to see Kim's trailer. Can you hear me? No. She was looking so forward to coming out and seeing Kim and Chad's trailer. I think she would have had a heart attack because it's now the Taj Mahal. If anybody's seen it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Lots of times I would talk to Lorraine last year especially. And I'd say, Lorraine, how are you feeling? And she'd say, Gloria, I'm so pissed at my body. You know, my body is giving out on me. And she had such a strong mind, a strong force, but her little body was giving out on her, which was so, so sad. I remember, I have a lot of memories of her, but last year, we went out on the boat. There was Kim, Chad, Josie, Adam, River, Al and I, and we hit rough weather. So for us, it was really rough weather. Adam would say it was really calm. But anyway, it was rough weather. And we're coming across the lake, and the boat's going down and up. Everybody's getting soaking wet. And I turned around, and I go, Lorraine, and she's standing there with her, she's hanging onto a chair, and she has her cane. I I go, Lorraine, do you need a life jacket? And she looked at me laughing. She goes, what for? I said, what for? She goes, I'm having the best time of my life. If I go down, I'm going down happy. So anyway, I can't say enough about her. I miss her dearly. She would be so proud of her family for giving her such a beautiful celebration of life. She's amazing. Rest in peace, Tintin. Love you.
You gotta bring your other cards back. If you guys want to exchange cards, you need to bring your other cards back. All right. Little Chad, anybody?
Chad wants to say something.
Yeah, I'll do John.
Yeah, okay. It's your turn.
Little
Rob.
Chad, he's the oldest first.
Okay.
This is Chad.
Hello, everybody. I'm not very good at speaking in front of this microphone, and
Well, your voice is probably loud enough. You don't have to use the mic.
I'm really busy all the time, so I didn't have time to make a speech like everybody else. I will plan on a receipt, and it's been so. But yeah, my name's Chad Michael Raymond Gauthier LaSalle, Raymond and Lorraine's grandson. My mother, Anne, is my mother. So anyways, I have a funny story, yeah, I thought it was funny. But yesterday, well, I just lost a cat. You know, Gauchers, they just love their animals. And I just lost a cat the other day, and I was at work yesterday, and I was working, and all the boys, you know, I told them I'm taking Saturday off, it's really busy, and they're all bugging me about Saturday and blah, blah, blah. And so I ended up finishing my weld, and I put my helmet, and my boss was right in front of the owner. And he said, what do you think? You coming to work? I want to have a celebration of life. He is honest to God, honest when he says this. He says, well, can you not do it at night? Well, what do you mean? I'm like, you know, there's a lot of people going there, a lot of family, and you know, I would say about 60, 70 people. He says, for a cat? It's like, no, that's next week. Grandma, she always played with me as a young kid. Always that champion. She was a champion. And she taught me how to play cards, which I'm very good at. And she still owes me money. She loved her spaghetti. And we make it religious. I make families, which I'm very good at making kids. Her and Pops, sorry, I'm really nervous. Pops was really sick at the end, and it was really windy one day, and he's like, Lorraine, can you go check the shingles? And Grandma, damn you, Raymond, but she went and checked those shingles. And she says, well, that's true love, I guess. And so I went out and I checked the shingles. I came back here. I said, Pops, they're gone. And I would have told you his expression on his face was $1 million. Grandma was very positive lady. She's always a champion. You know, she very easy to talk to. Just such a great lady all around. Very impressive. You know. Okay, so food fight, Madigan Drive. Yes. I cannot remember who was there. But Grandma had made this pot of spaghetti, and we're sitting around the table, and I must have pissed Pops off. That's my grandfather, Raymond. I call him Pops. And well, what he did was he poured his entire plate of food down my shirt. Anyways, then that whole food fight started happening. It was quite a mess, and Grandma was not happy. Oh man, yeah. Okay, getting up to go to Home Hardware, shower, shave, and same clothes. Always with Pops. When I moved with Pops when I was little, I would always bug him. He'd wake me up in the morning. I was just a little guy, and I always took pride in going to Home Hardware. And putting up this weight, building barbecues, bikes, whatever it was, even just young. Just running around, I was a little shit. I always was. Perfume, grandmas. Okay, pops. I would always wear the same shirt. I'd wear his belt. If I could wear his pants, I'd probably wear his pants. But he put grandma's perfume on me one day, and grandma did not like that. But yeah, no, that's all I have to say. And I really do love her. She's very messy.
I stopped the right line.
I know.
Check. Okay. Hi, I'm River McMillan. I'm the mother, or I'm the son of Josie, not the mother. Well, I couldn't really say much about my grandma. She was a really, really great person in general. She's sit down. Okay. She's like they're like kind of like connection with each other was the same as my parents. Do this, do that. Okay. That's how it kind of works out. But she, when she was in her pool days, she was really good at pool. Yeah, when she was last year in the summer when she came down, we were playing pool, and I was like, "Why is her hair white?" She's like, "I'm getting old," and I said, "Well, you look like you're in your 20s, so I don't know how that's gonna happen." I thought that was funny, so that's why I said that. But she, while she was getting older, she still did a lot of stuff with me. We went to parades, go-karting, we did a bunch of stuff together. But we did lots of stuff together. And in her old house in Sylvan, when we were together, I would always go on her lawn, and them two would start yelling at me all the time to get off because I was always ruining it. And you know them, and they're, get off! Okay. Yeah, so he would always fertilize it, and I would just pick it off one by one, and he would get mad at me. But we always had spaghetti night, and my mom makes it now, still to this day, but I have to admit, it's not as good as hers. Sorry, same with the lasagna, it's still not as good, but we're not getting there. But there's not much to say about her, but she did take a lot of money from me. I still owe her $5, but I love you, Grandma. 25, no, I owe her 25. I just want to say I love you, Grandma, so much. I know she's watching with Grandpa right now. I love you so much.
Papa.
Here.
Because mine's dying, so I need to
Look at this guy styling, just like his dad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Addison McMillan, the oldest of Josie and Adam McMillan. It's pretty hard to come close to Adam, so, you know. Well, as some of you may know, I am the stepson of Josie, but she's always treated me like a real mother. And ever since I was a young boy, I've been going to see Grandma Lorraine, and I've always been treated as if I'm one of the family. I've never felt short of love or anything like that. I've always been welcomed in with open arms and treated amazingly. We've been coming here for forever seeing Grandma Lorraine, and I must say that me and River used to bicker a lot coming around and growing up. We still do to this day, but I mean, I just kind of walk away at this point because I'm getting too old for that. Yeah. So a couple years ago, we're at Auntie Kim's house, and you know how it goes. River pissed me off again. And I'm chasing him through the house, and Grandma Lorraine looks at me and she says, if you don't cut this out, I'm going to hit you with my cane. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, Grandma. Yeah, you're going to hobble over to me and hit you with the cane. I'm like, oh. Okay, here we go. So I keep tormenting him as any kid would. And here she comes. I'm like, oh, and I'm just walking back. And next thing you know, the cane comes up, boom, smacks me in the jaw. And I'm like, holy frig, that thing came out of nowhere. I still to this day have a video of her swinging the cane at me if any of you guys want to see it. And she's coming up like Yoda. You know how little she was back then. And I'm like, oh my God. But probably one of the scariest experiences of my life. And a funny one at the same time, so.
And Grandpa gave you the swirly right after that.
Oh, and yeah, and as well, I was pissing River off again a couple years before that. You guys get the story. But Grandpa threw me in the toilet, and Grandma Lorraine told me he wasn't going to do it.
Dad, I was there.
Yeah.
His head right in the toilet.
Right in it. It swirled right up like a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. And there was chocolate chips in there, but I don't think they were chocolate. But anyways, at the end of the day, we all love Lorraine, and Lorraine taught us all a lot. And Lorraine was an amazing woman. She taught us about life, about loving, caring about everyone, and welcoming everyone into our lives. And for that, we all have to send her off in the right way and say, I love you, Lorraine, and she's with Pop, so that's all that matters, right, guys? So, rest in peace, Lorraine. We love you. See you soon.
Wow, look at this guy. He's all grown up now. All right, anybody else?
Lorraine has a video of my mom, how many months ago? At Christmas time, doing a Jägermeister shot. We made my mom did it. We did it. We're all sitting around the table, and she did it.
Oh, you're like, drink.
All right, anybody else? So was anybody else would like to come up for a couple minutes and say something? Oh, here we go.
It's your amazing husband, would you forget? Hi everyone, I'm Chad Arnold. What can I say about my missus? Is that better?
Yes, better, yeah.
What can I say about my beloved missus? I've known her since it's been part of the Gauthier family for 28 plus years. It's been a blessing, and at times it's been a curse. But always mostly a blessing. Mrs. What can I say about her? So many stories from her, you know, from the horse racing days, the Shanks, the hockey games we've taken her with Kim, the boating with Al and Gloria. So many fond and great memories of her. And well, of course, playing cards and taking her money. That was the best part. That was always good. So I'll make it short and sweet. One story that really stands out, I guess, for me is, I guess would have been 2004 when the Calgary Flames made their Stanley Cup run. So it was Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and my work at that time. I won tickets for the Game 3. And Kim's like, "Oh wow, we've got tickets. Like, what are you going to take?" It's like, you know, I have no idea yet. I might take a buddy, or my best buddy there, Doug. I might take him, or I haven't made a decision yet.
Not me.
No. Well, you hate hockey. That was. I had more fun with your mom at a hockey game than I did with you. So then Kim comes in and says, "You know what? Why don't you ask Lorraine? She's way down in Valley View. She'll never come down." It's like, yeah, you know what? I've had fun with her on the hockey games. I'll ask Mrs. Probably won't come. So I dial the phone up. I go to Mrs. It's like, "Hey, would you like to go to the hockey game?" "Well, which hockey game?" "You know, Game 3, the Stanley Cup Finals." "No way. Really?" Yeah, I got tickets." "You're kidding." It's like, "No. I'm taking the first flight down. I'm coming right down." It's like, perfect, right? Game on. So, anyways, we had a great time. She bought me a jersey. We went down, we tailgated. We didn't go to the Red Mile. However, if she would have gone to the Red Mile, she might have been the pioneer of the Girls Gone Wild. She could have been. We'll never know. But anyways, going back to the Gauthiers and stuff, and starting with this family, I've been so lucky to be part of this family here. Having the spaghetti Sundays, the good spaghetti Sundays. And what can we say about our spaghetti sauce? It's often duplicated, often
Duplicated.
Often
yeah,
imitated,
that's
never
the one.
duplicated.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, even me, I try to make the sauce. It's not the same. Same with Joe. And forever, Mrs. I love you and miss you.
All right, no one play card. Oh, Adam, here we go.
Good day. Hello. Test. Well, I hello. Well, anyway, I just want to start out with saying, you know, that I got this. I was given a gift. No, you're, I met this family about 19 years ago, and I remember meeting Lorraine, and she was a champion. There's no doubt about it. She was never. She was one of those ladies that just kept things really calm. Yeah. Even though when things got a little out of hand with Ray, you know, but she always kept it really calm, and I see it every day in my wife. And anyway, it's very emotional for me, and just want to say thank you, Lorraine, for being my mother-in-law, and you were my mama, Lorraine, and you'll always be a part of my life. And the day I meet you again too.
How's your wife first?
All right, would anybody else like to come up?
Come on, Mr. Gordon.
Gordon.
Come on, call Esther about Mac.
The card.
Let me see. Oh, Claudine. Okay, you're next. Do this, Bob Gordon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lorraine's cousin. I've known her for a long time. Pretty well grew up together. And her parents and my parents were close friends.
Speak it to the mic.
Hello. Okay. So we spent a lot of time together. And of course, our father, her mother, and my mother, they always thought we were playing doctor. And, we never did. It was always legitimate. And, you know, everything you said about Lorraine that I could think of, you know, you guys took care of all that. But I did introduce her to Lorraine, Ray to Lorraine, your mother. And of course, when she had a misunderstanding with Ray, Lorraine, she'd always come back to me and say, I'll never forgive you for that. I never did like that, but when we were back together again, she thanks. Other than that, we spent a lot of time together. We had good last years in Yuma. We went to Montreal Expo in '67, which we had a good time. We ended up in the German Pavilion and never seen any more. I was the end of it. Other than that, she was a great cousin. I loved her very much. We get along very well. And I wish her the best. I'm sure she's happy now. Thank you.
My mom loved Bob Horton, like for real. Like she always called him and talked to him, and was like, he was her confidant. He really was. Like my mom loved Bob Horton. I'm just saying. Okay, Claudia.
I don't think I've got the loudest voice of anybody. I have one regret. Well, I have numerous regrets, but let's just talk about the latest regret. Was I really got to know Lorraine last year. I knew her a little bit from before, but last year was such a special year. There was 3 different occasions that we got together, and I'm not going to talk about the other 2, but there was one in particular. I golfed with Kim and Chad and Lorraine. We get to tee box number 1. The cart moves up. Lorraine gets out and walks up and starts to tee off. Wasn't the best shot, of course. She's 81. But when she walked up to that tee box, I was like, damn, I want to be her when I'm 80. Like kicking ass, smiling like there was no tomorrow. She was amazing, just amazing. And the whole game was like that, except for hole number 4. We get to hole number 4, it's a par 5. And it may have taken a little bit, but we finally get to the green. And the frickin' flag is like hell and gone on the other side. Lorraine hits
and lands way on the other side of the green, just barely skims it. And I was like, yeah, good luck, sister. Let's see you do this. She like tees up and hits it, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She got it right in the hole. So ever since then, she was named Putt Putt. And she was just an amazing woman, and it was an amazing day, and I love her so much. Only I wish I would have known her a little bit more. But I just wanted to share that story with her because she was wonderful.
Okay. Oh, you guys switch your cards. Okay, I know. Anybody else anybody else want to say anything? Oh, Bill Guerrero. All right. Bill Guerrero.
I'm in it to win it like Grandma.
What's your pair?
Everybody's cheating. Mom was yeah, right? Mom cheated every now and then.
So is this the end of the speeches then?
No, there's one more.
Look at all you people cheating. You can tell your friends a mom, you're all cheating like mom.
The speeches? Yeah.
Okay, guys, come on.